Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 11th. We're just going to jump right in here. In your current general energies, you have this fulfillment card and this leadership card. So, this is going to be your past position. We're going to do past, present, future outcome this week, but it does look like there's some sort of fulfillment. It is funny that I said current general energies as well at the beginning of this reading, and so I do kind of feel this could be a current energy that you're dealing with, but I do feel like I almost feel like the King of Swords is a little bit of an obstacle, like not a big deal, not a bad thing, but I'm just noticing that, and here you go. This is what I was going to say, is that something needs to come down to earth. It's like there's too much airiness in this first position here. And so it's giving me the vibes of you needing to kind of like manifest something instead of just like thinking about it or dreaming about it or whatever the case may be. I really feel that something needs to come together in your life, something that you've been thinking about or dreaming about. This could be like a dream that you have had, or something that you've wanted to manifest. Especially with that fulfillment card. That's a very good card, but I really feel that you have to take the lead to have the fulfillment, or you have to put the work in to make it happen, right? So that's what I would do here. And look, you have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So, these are both cards of kind of like mixing two things together. So, something needs to come together here. You do have fulfillment. I do feel like saying like some sort of dream coming true here, or there is a dream come true. Again, I don't think it's like going to just magically happen, of course. You're going to have to put the work in. I feel like you've been preparing. We'll talk about that in your third row about preparation. And in your next row, you have this card that says a win-win outcome is forecast. So, you also have this card that says the end of a tough cycle approaches. So it's almost like, the timing is right for you to step into this period of fulfillment in your life. I also would watch out for making things too complicated. You have the the 10 of Wands. And I just get this, sometimes with the 10 of Wands, I just feel that we can overcomplicate something in our head. We just make something harder than it needs to be. And again, I think the 10 of Wands is saying, can you keep it as simple as possible, right? not as complicated as possible. You have the Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, Three of Pentacles. You have two aces. Two aces, definite yes to any question that I haven't answered. But you have the Ace of Swords, which could be like a victory. I do feel like there could be some sort of truth. We are in a time of truth, just in general. But what I would say is that for some of you, if you've been like waiting here, this direction for closure, clarity, or, any information, this could be like closure or clarity, some sort of apology, something like that. But again, I only feel like that's for those of you that have been waiting for it. And, again, you're probably going to get it. I don't like the moon right next to it because that tells me you're probably not getting the whole truth. But, I guess maybe it's something. I'm not suggesting either that you'd be going back to a person, but it does look like there could be something, especially if it caused burdens in your life that, helps you move past it. You have the King of Swords here. King of Swords, I don't know, I felt some sort of obstacle with the King of Swords, almost like good, bad. I feel like it's good because, this could be your energy. I kind of feel like this is you showing up in this reading. It's, you're in this position of power and strength, but I kind of feel like it's bad because I also feel that it's almost like I feel like he needs to just bring something to earth. Like I said, it's like this reading is saying, okay, you can have this dream, but you also have to get it out of the sky realm. I feel you have to get it out of the sky. You have to bring it down to earth. And you have the Three of Pentacles, which says, this could be with the help of other people. So Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work, or anything that you're working on could bring in more success. It's also a card of quality work. I mean, it does say that, whatever you're doing, you do a good job. This right here, there's a fire triangle up here and a water triangle right here. That water triangle, it kind of represents going above and beyond, doing that little bit extra on whatever it is that you work on in life. And it could be like some sort of reward or, achievement or kind words from a person or something like that you're getting here. Let's see where this is going. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Six of Wands. Definitely success coming in for you. I would be careful of jealous people. Six of Wands can represent jealousy. We had Mars retrograde this year, and even though we don't have Mars retrograde anymore, I don't know, it's a weird one. It's in Gemini. I would just say, if people are talking behind your back and stuff, I would just completely ignore it. With the King of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups could be love. coming in for you, Knight in Shining Armor. You do have a little bit of love here. I wouldn't really say it's like a major love reading, but you have the Four of Wands, Ace of Cups. You know, again, if you want love, it's here. It exists for you. So definitely could be a Knight in Shining Armor. I also feel that, again, Knight of Cups is my card of a dream. He is normally looking into that cup and dreaming of his future life. It's like there's something he wants to accomplish, do, be, or have, and he needs to bring it down to earth. And that's what I feel. He also thinks that he doesn't have the resources. He's standing in the desert, but there's water normally flowing in front of him. So again, I feel like I said this to you last time. It's almost like you think you don't have the resources to do something, but you actually do. So, you know, get to work. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Devil. You know, I would, again, be careful of a past person. You know, if you want the closure, I actually don't feel too bad about it. You know, if you want the closure, the apology, the removal of the burdens, great. You know, I think that this could be very helpful. What I'm getting this direction, though, is I would be careful of thinking that things have to like go a certain direction. And what I mean by that is it's like, you know, I've worked with a ton of people on YouTube now that have wanted help with their channels. And it's like, I've noticed this weird thing. I'm not picking on these people either, but I've noticed this weird thing where some of them will say like, oh, I want 1 million subscribers. And then they'll kind of compare themselves to someone with like 10,000 subscribers, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do this stuff. I'm not gonna go do the work at the high level. I'm gonna like stair step my way up, if that makes sense, right?" I've seen I've had a bunch of interactions with other YouTubers that are like, "I'm gonna stair step my way up. I'm gonna, you know, kind of like work at a 10,000 subscriber level, then go to 100,000." I'm like, no, there's no reason. You can just go right to the million. You don't have to do this like game, right? And I kind of feel like that's what this is saying. It's like saying, you know, it's a lot easier to do the hard work than it is, you know, to do the harder thing even than it is to do the easy thing. It's just as much work, right? I don't necessarily do any more work than I did when I had 0 subscribers, right? It's like, is it more in detail? Is there extra stuff that I do? Is there more equipment? Yes, all that has changed. But, you know, again, it's not like it's more work. So I kind of get that here. This is why I'm babbling on about this here, Aquarius, is that, you know, I feel like you could be, it's almost like you're adding steps that don't need to be there, is what I get with that 10 of Wands. When you could just go straight to the dream, you could just go straight to the gold or the goal, whatever it is that you want, right? Next, in your present position, you have this card that says a win-win outcome is forecast. You have this end of a tough cycle approaches. I feel like you've been going through a tough cycle since like last year at least, probably involving decision making. So, you know, Aquarius's #1 weakness, right, is committing to a decision. And, you know, what I would say here, not calling you out, I'm an Aquarius rising, I get it. But, you know, I feel for a lot of you that there could be like a win-win decision coming in for you, or things are starting to even out in your life. You have the Magician, the 10 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. Love it. I do feel like you're manifesting a lot of success here with the Magician. I do, like, you know, this to me is saying follow your heart. You have the Magician has mastery over all the suits in the tarot, and then you have Ace of Cups right next to it. You know, I really feel like there's this need for you to, you know, make sure that you're using the right tools. I feel like there's a need for you to make sure that you are following your heart at this time, specifically with that Ace of Cups. You and Leo always, you know, get this stuff about your heart or following your heart. We are in a very heart-based time, so, you know, if your heart tells you to do something, I would do it. You have the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is like, again, carrying a heavy burden, but I do get this overcomplication type feeling here. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, it's like your one warning that I'm getting in this reading. It's saying, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate anything. I'm still trying to look. There's more here, but, you know, again, I feel like there's a need, but it's almost like you think things have to go a certain way, right? And I'm not calling you out. I've done this a million times. This could be in love, could be in business, whatever. It's like, but maybe you're in your mind, you're saying this this thing that I want has to follow this story, or, you know, this plan or whatever. And I feel like that is the thing. If you could just remove that, it would solve all your problems, right? I like, kid you not. I'm not even trying to be clickbaity here. I literally feel if you could identify like what that thing is in your life that where you think, oh, it has to follow this plan. If you could just do it a different way, or not, or just realize there's other ways to do it, it'd solve all your problems. I'm convinced. You have the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands, a card of freedom. 4 of Wands is a card of success as well, and commitment. It can represent marriage, of course, but to me, it's a card of freedom. These people have already been married. They are already celebrating on the other side of those 4 of Wands. And we go like this: 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. Still stuck in a decision here, Aquarius, but the 2 of Wands says leave a comfort zone. 2 of Pentacles, like, you could be thinking, maybe you're thinking, oh, I can't commit to, my business because I still have to make money and I have to have this job. But it's almost like it would be better for you to commit to one thing or the other, is what this Four of Wands is saying, even though maybe you think you can't. Again, I mean, you're going to have, you're going to have, I'm just some guy on the internet, right? You're going to have to take my word for it. But I've worked with a ton of businesses where it's like when I get them to just commit to the one thing that they're doing, they become like 10 times more successful. They don't even need the job that they had before. So, I'm not suggesting you just up and quit your job, but if you made a bigger commitment, I feel like you could get out of that Two of Pentacles. With the Magician, you have the Empress. The Empress is a card of abundance and success. This is what you're attracting. Very attractive at this time as well. Like I said, you could be attracting love. Could be a Capricorn. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands. Basically just the universe saying I meant what I said. So there you go. With the Four of Wands, you have the Fool. Yes, it is time for you to take a leap of faith away from whatever is protecting you here. With the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is protection. That's what people don't understand. Two of Wands, he's standing at the top of his castle. It's like he is being protected. He's not taking a risk, but he's also not going anywhere. It's like, he's not getting anything done. He has only ever reached the level that he is at. So, it's like he needs to take the risk, the leap of faith with the Fool card to get out of his castle so he can go explore the world. In your third position here for the future, the near future, you have this Bear card and this Bat card. The Bear is about saving up your energy and kind of like hibernating. So, a lot of you have been saving up your energy. I feel like you have been. The Bat is kind of like a symbol of rebirth, of course, death and rebirth. So there is some sort of transformation, I do believe, that is going on here. You have the Ace of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Strength card. The Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing. Definitely a lot of happiness coming in for you here, Aquarius. This could be a love offer, but I also, you start with that fulfillment card, and the Ace of Cups is just a card of fulfillment. It can just reach down into that water and fill itself up. So, I feel like, is this a love reading? Maybe there's love here, but I really feel like you're just focusing on creating fulfillment in your life, whatever that means for you. That could include love, but, again, I feel like you're kind of trying to get to this place of just being fulfilled, and then love will come later. You have the Two of Wands. Again, I feel protection here, but like needing to leave the protection behind. You know what I mean? It's like needing to leave your castle, needing to leave that comfort zone in your life. And, I see very rapid success if you do that. But again, you're going to have to take the risk to leave your castle, right? And, I kind of feel like that's what the risk is here, is the whole leaving the castle, leaving the safety and security of something in your life. It could be like your old story or whatever. Again, I think there's a big, this could be your old story. Really, it could be the story of your life, and you're about to change it. You have the Leo card here, the Strength card. Again, your opposite sign, and you two have been getting very similar readings lately. So, very interesting. I also feel you have been very patient, but I also feel like the universe is kind of like saying, like, don't get stuck in the patient's comfort zone of just always like waiting for something to happen. I feel it's time for you to go make something happen, right? Let's see here. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. Didn't I say the Eight of Wands? I think I messed up on the Ten of Wands. It was like Eight of Wands. So, the Eight of Wands is quick success, rapid success, as I was saying. But this could also be communication and love. So there could be like a new person communicating with you. If you do want love, the Eight of Wands is a great card for meeting a person while socializing, like getting out in public, partying, being with people who matter to you, all that stuff, right? With the Two of Wands, you have the Chariot. Damn, yes, he is literally leaving every single castle behind him. He is normally leaving the city behind him behind. He is setting himself apart. So, for a lot of you, I feel you are kind of, maybe you've realized that you've been in Groundhog's Day. It's like maybe not every day has been exactly the same, but it's like for the most part, maybe the past 20 years has been the same. And now you're just looking to change it, or you're realizing that you don't have to be a part of the parts of the story that are overcomplicated. Ten of Wands. It's like you're realizing that you can leave that behind and you can move towards something else. There's something better. With the Strength card, you have the Page of Pentacles. Definitely could be a new person. This could be communication. Again, though, what I would say is this way here, this could be a past person who caused a lot of burdens, who's communicating with you. And, I would be careful of that, for sure. At the same time, it does look like an apology to me. So you could be getting an apology from a person. Finally, in the area of the outcome, you have this Community card and this Breathe card. I feel like, number one, teamwork makes your dream work right now, for sure. So, and anything you could do to work together with other people would be a really good idea. I feel like this Breathe card is really kind of saying your dreams are coming true. I just feel you have to be patient and, kind of keep putting the work in. I also feel like you're getting room to breathe. I feel this is part of the Ten of Wands. It's like if you live in a place that is, if you live somewhere where you're like overstimulated, you have a lot going on and all this other stuff, and you can't focus on your projects, then obviously that's going to be a problem. So, I kind of feel like this is saying, it's time to get to a place in your life where you're not overstimulated. It's time to get to a place in your life where you can, do what you need to do. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Temperance card and the Moon card. The Two of Pentacles is a card of work hard, play hard. But again, this is my card of being busy. It is my card of busyness, and sometimes not in a good way. It's like there are plenty of people who are busy, but they don't get anything done. So, I would make sure that you're not just doing busy work and that you're doing like good work. And that's what I would focus on here, especially with the Three of Pentacles coming up in your reading. It says like, is the stuff that you're doing, does it matter? Or is it just busy work, right? And that's what I would focus on here. You have the Temperance card. I feel like you want to change your situation just in general. Like, even if your life is great, I still feel that you are hoping for a transformation. We see a lot of transformation in this reading. You have the Bat. You have this card. You had another card somewhere that I'm not going to remember what it says, but it doesn't matter. Even bears, you know what I mean? It's like they go through a transformation. They hibernate, they lose all their weight, and then they go eat a bunch during the spring and the summer, and they do it all over again, right? So it's like they go through a transformation, and, I really feel this reading is saying that you are going through a transformation. You have the Moon, and the Moon is like not being able to see the future is what I'm hearing in my head. So I feel for some of you, it's kind of like the thing that is preventing you from, finding success is not being able to see the future, but really nobody can see the future. So, I feel like this is saying you have to, it's like, can you get to a place where you can just do what you have with what you got here, Aquarius? That is like the simplest question I can ask you for your reading. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Tower. Yes, again, I would avoid a tower moment here. Sometimes when we don't make a decision, the universe makes a decision for us, and, that's kind of like what I feel with the Two of Pentacles. It doesn't have to be that big of a deal, and again, this could just be a move, because you have the Chariot, Two of Wands, the Tower. These are all cards of moving. And the Eight of Wands as well as a card of moving. So, if you want to move, I would move. But I also feel that this is saying, remember what I was saying about kind of like that 1 foot in, 1 foot out, is I feel it would be better for you to make 100% commitment to one thing, as mostly getting money. So, especially in like work, business, or even if you're retired and you do something for money, I feel that 100% commitment will lead to like 10 times the amount of money. Don't quote me on that, but it'll lead to more results. Let's put it that way. But it's the in between two worlds here that I think is preventing your success. And again, if you don't do it, the universe is going to do it for you. How crazy is this? With the Temperance card, you have the Two of Wands. I literally said Two of Wands on the Temperance card, so there you go. It's almost like I'm intuitive or something, right? But the Two of Wands is a card of success and progress. You have the Two of Wands twice. Both are encouraging you to leave a comfort zone. Again, like I said, if you don't do it, the universe is going to do it for you. With the Moon, you have the Emperor here. You have the Emperor and the Empress. Definitely could be a divine counterpart coming in for you here. Could be someone from a distance. Could be an Aries. Could be a water sign. Pisces shows up. Capricorn. Could be an earth sign in general. Cancer. You have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So it could be any sign. But, again, definitely could be a divine counterpart that's coming in for you if you are looking for love. And I feel like it will be a victory as well. Probably lead to a lot of fulfillment. But like I said, this is actually pretty good. I mean, end of tough cycle approaches, a win-win approach, or win-win outcome is forecast, fulfillment. You have this inheritance card. I feel like you're inheriting something good, though. I don't really, some of you, this could be a literal inheritance. For others, I feel this is more, it's like you're getting a gift or something that you wanted from the universe. You have this criticism card. I feel like you could be criticizing yourself too much, again, with the ideas, like thinking things need to be hard. That is, thinking things need to be hard is like imposter syndrome. If you are trying to launch a business or something and you are doing things the hard way, you're saying like just my normal isn't good enough, or you're saying I'm not good enough. I need things to be perfect. And perfectionism is kind of like a form of imposter syndrome as well. So I feel like you need to realize that you already do enough, right? You have this patience card. The whole entire reading was talking about patience or being patient. You have the concentration card. Yes, I feel that you can't do like two things at once here. I feel that you need to focus on one thing. Every single person I've ever met that claims that they can multitask cannot, right? Every single one that I've met, they just do two things poorly instead of one thing really well. And so I would, do one thing really, really well here. And that's what I would focus on with this concentration card, especially with that Tower and the Two of Pentacles. Finally, you have this discrimination card. It's like a card of discernment. It's not like discrimination like we think of it. It's a card of being able to tell like what is a good thing in your life and what is something that should be cut out. And I feel like that's what you are doing here. Again, there's like a lot of transformative energy here. This is probably the most powerful reading I've done for you in a while. I really like where this is going for you, Aquarius. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.